Collins and Harper Audio present Raise Your Roof, The Hidden Power of Your Potential by Karl Subban and Elle Glencoe, performed by Kareem Malcolm. Believe what the eyes see, verify what the mind believes, and center your heart in your work. A note before we begin. For access to Exercise Your Potential sections, the Raise Your Roof appendix, and more, don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. Introduction. In Outliers, The Story of Success, author Malcolm Gladwell suggests that it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert in anything to truly reach one's potential. I'm sure you've heard about this idea at some point since Gladwell published his book in 2008. That figure is one that gets repeated over and over again in other books, on television programs, and even in schools. As someone who coaches and teaches for a living, I'm naturally driven to understand what makes us better at who we are and what we do. When I first read about those 10,000 hours, I thought about my kids' hockey and basketball practices and the amount of time that went into their skills training, and I accepted that figure at face value. At the same time, I wondered where Gladwell had acquired his numbers, and I started to dig. After all, getting the facts right is important. When I read up on recent research about goal achievement, I found out that Gladwell's rule of thumb is actually a complete and total myth. In fact, there's a whole book called Peak: Secrets from the New Science of Expertise by Anders Ericsson and Robert Poole that demonstrates that a lot of people reach their potential without coming close to spending that amount of time getting ready. Ericsson is an internationally renowned psychologist and researcher, and as he and science writer Poole write, our bodies and minds are highly adaptable, and we suffer under repetitive conditions. We reach our potential not by doing the same thing for a number of hours, but by honing our skills doing new things, more challenging things, and discovering what drives us. All of this means that we don't have to create a countdown clock to success. We don't have to track our hours like we track our daily steps on an app. 10,000 is not a magic number. We can reach our potential if we just step up and step into our own lives. We are constantly meeting new people, using new technologies, being exposed to new ideas, and moving from place to place. That means we are primed to grow, and we are primed to be the best version of ourselves. We don't have to believe that we have all the answers in life. What we do have to believe is that we have the potential to find our path forward in a way that is meaningful for each of us. In my life so far, I've had 3 major roles. You may already know me as a father because I've been lucky enough to raise 5 fantastic children, all of whom have served their communities and spent time in the public eye. Because of my children's success, I'm often asked how our family achieved our goals. I've learned many important lessons about helping children reach their potential, which I have enjoyed sharing in my books, interviews, and talks over the years. You may not know that my professional role for closing in on 40 years has been that of teacher and principal. I've been responsible not only for raising children at home, but also for bringing up children in the community. A principal at both public and private schools, I have had the privilege of nurturing the potential of thousands of young people over the course of my career. The evolution of this work has resulted in my professional transformation into a new role, that of public speaker and coach. This book, in some ways, is a culmination of many years of codifying what I have learned about what makes people tick, what makes them happy and content with their paths in life, and what allows them to feel authentically aligned with the potential they were born with. In each of my roles, I have been passionately curious about how people reach their own potential. I've learned that children don't just do what we tell them to do. They do what they see us do. They follow the pathways we create. Then when we tell children that they can reach their potential and provide them with the support they need to believe it, they follow through. Time and again, I've witnessed children with the most challenging family lives and personal issues flourish and thrive just because they believed in themselves.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?